Hey guys, so today on Girl Talk with Crystal, I am going to be talking about how to get out of your own way and really create the life of your dreams. And it's interesting because this is what I'm always talking about, right? I'm always helping people how to create the life you want. This is what I feel like is my mission in life, is to help wake women up to their power and their potential and their authentic being, and really help them navigate the journey of living their best life, which keyword is journey, because I don't believe life is about a destination. I believe life is about who we're becoming. And I've shared this before and I'll share it many times again. The three things that we need as humans are survival, growth, and contribution. And so I believe it's that journey of contributing and growing. And the only way we grow is by failing forward. That keeps us living where we feel excited about life. And hi, Candace, you're on my to-do list today to text, because I'm like, we have not talked, and I was just talking about you today. So I want to share what I think it takes, but I want to start with this story or example of how the like I like I said, I'm always talking about this topic, right? But what I believe is the number one way of doing it is being fully responsible for our life. And what I mean by that is every situation we're in, we get to look at it and say, how did I create this? Because I don't believe that I believe that God has given us everything we need in this very moment to do what's on our heart. So that, when I think of that in perspective, I'm like, okay, I have big things on my heart. So the fact that I could possibly be equipped in this moment, there's no way. But here's the catch. I believe the how shows up when, hey, Britt, you're here. OMG. I believe the how shows up when we take the step of faith and we trust that we're not going to know how, we're not going to know what it looks like, we're going to have obstacles, we're going to fall on our face. Like, it's not going to be perfect and pretty. So when we give up, because if you I want you guys to stop right now in this moment. And if you're driving, don't do this. But if you're able, I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to just ask yourself, because first of all, your soul, your being knows the answers to this. What is stopping me from moving my life forward? Like, ask yourself that. And if anybody wants to type their answer, or if you're on the Zoom, just say your answer. I welcome you. And I'm going to give you what my answers are. And then I'm going to tell you this story. And then we're going to wrap this thing up. But I really want you to listen to that. Like, what, and I want you to pay attention if you said, I don't know. Because somebody said, I don't know. I don't know what's stopping me. That's even more in why what I'm saying is a pure example of you are responsible for your life. Because if you don't know what's stopping you, then that's your next step, number one, which is to get quiet with yourself and evaluate your life and ask yourself, what is stopping me? And there's something that's stopping you, because the only difference between you and the person you want to be in your brain and in your heart and in your gut and in your vision, and where God has in store for you, your abundance, your overflow, the only difference, that gap, is what's in your brain. It's what you're doing to get in your own way. So let me give you some examples of what people say, and I'll tell you what mine was. People will say, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. Those are the time and money are the top two objections for most everything in life. Like, why I'm not taking all the 100 vacations, why I'm not in Italy right now is because I don't have the money to go to Italy. That was one of mine. Like, I want to be in Italy. I want to eat gluten clean. Like, I've heard, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that gluten is like cleaner in Italy so I could go and eat pizza and not be bothered by it. And like, I want to do that. I want to sit with the beautiful view with a glass of red wine and some pizza, some pasta, some bread, all of it. And I just want to indulge and enjoy myself. What's stopping me from doing that is I have bills that are coming as a priority to my Italy trip. Like what I spend on my business on a monthly basis, I could go to Italy. I could even be driving my dream car. I want a G-Wagon. I want it all blacked out. In a perfect world, I want a red one, a white one, and a black one. But like, what's stopping me from buying my G-Wagon is I'm choosing to put my money towards something else. But what's ultimately stopping me from being in overflow and abundance is the fact that I'm not tracking my money. If you guys are following, you're seeing that I'm working on that. Like, I know my block to my money growing is that I don't track my money. I don't know where my money's going. I don't know where it's coming in. It just comes and shows up. I'm tithing it, so I'm taking care of I'm sustaining, but I'm just getting by. So I know that that's one thing that's stopping me. I'm seeing one comment here says it's fear. Fear is one of the top ones up there with money and time. Because here's the thing, if you really ask yourself, why have I not started that business I want to start? Why have I not applied to that job that I want to get? Why have I not gotten out of this toxic relationship that I'm in? Why have I not spent more quality time with my family? Why have I not, whatever it is you want to do, it usually boils down to fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of I don't know if I'm going to look good. I don't know if it's going to be perfect. I don't want to not be perfect. So when you really journal down what's stopping you from getting to that next level of yourself, you will start to see how much is in your power. So I want to share this story of one of the things that I've been like up leveling in my leadership is I learned this concept of responsibility to a new level. Like, I've always been like, what you're not changing, you're choosing. Like, you have a choice to do this or to do that. Which one are you going to do? Like, you do or you don't try. Like, I've always been like that. But this level of responsibility has been taken to a new level when I heard this, like, every single thing that's in your life, good, bad, ugly, toxic, disruptive, whatever, you created. Everything. Like, when you get to that level of responsibility where you realize that, I mean, it goes down to like what you're complaining about, what you're choosing, you're not changing, like, you're choosing it. So I get it to that, but like everything you chose that, and it's your responsibility. So what I've been doing, what I've been challenging myself with is every time I catch myself like that energy of like, oh, why is there traffic? Why is this person here? Why is blah, blah, blah? How did I create this? What responsibility do I have in this? Because that's all you can control. You can only control your responsibility. And when you start to look at life like that, you stop waiting on the next person. You stop blaming the next person. You stop being a victim to the next person, and you start taking your power back because you're like, all right, how did I create this? What do I, and then you start to see every negative thing in your life as an opportunity to reinvent. Okay, why is there traffic? I created this because I didn't leave my house on time. Forget, like I literally, like, think about that for a second. I literally get mad at traffic. Today there was traffic and I was pissed off. Like, why are there so many cars on the road? Where is everyone going? Why is everyone going to the same place? Like, why am I? And I learned this from reading the book, The Conscious Parent. She was saying how damaging it is to have road rage in front of your kids because you're teaching your kids that things are outside of you. Like, by me having road rage on the way to school is teaching my kids as if it's the car's fault that we're late. When in all reality, it's my fault for not getting up on time. It's my fault for getting up on time but then moseying around on my phone. It's my fault for not leaving at the time that I needed to leave to be on time. So I created the traffic because the traffic wouldn't bother me. Let me tell you, let me show you the example. When I don't have to be anywhere and I'm not rushing, traffic, I love traffic because it means I get to sit back. I get to listen to an audio. I have more time in my car. more time by myself. Like I hate to admit this, but I know Jason will never watch this with sound on. Like, I love when I'm sitting in traffic on the way home, because it means I have longer to like have alone time before I get home, and like have the kids jumping all over me. And like, I love, like, and I mean that with love. Like, obviously I love being home and seeing them, but I don't mind the traffic because it's just a little bit more me time, quiet time. Like, ooh, I get to listen to a little bit more of my book, right? So how is that for perspective? When traffic is serving me, I love traffic. I'm not cussing it out. But when it's not serving me because I'm late, then it's all that fault, right? So where in your life are you not taking full responsibility? So I want to give you guys one more example that really like took this to another level for me. So I had this appointment with a friend of mine who was offering to do some energy healing for me, but it was out in San Diego. And at that particular day, I had a lot going on, and I wanted to go get this energy healing. I wanted to meet up with her. I really did. But there was a part of me that didn't want to make the drive to San Diego and didn't want to be away from the girls that long and all this stuff. I didn't want to have to get a sitter, like just all these things going on. Well, the first time I canceled because my mother-in-law was supposed to be my sitter, and then she had to work or something came up, so I didn't have a sitter. So I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. I really wanted to come, but my sitter canceled. Second time, still same energy. I want to go. I want to get this healing, but I don't feel like driving to San Diego. I have other work to do. I have so many deadlines that I'm doing that it was just like more of a burden than it was like a benefit, right? So this time, Jason he got rear-ended, and we only had one car. And so it was the day before we were supposed to meet up, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, even if I wanted to go, I couldn't go. We only have one car. Like, I can't take the car to San Diego because he has to go to work and he has to take the girls to school. So I'm like, hey girl, I hate to be flaky again. I'm so sorry, but I cannot come because we only have one car. So this is why this was like popcorn light bulb moment for me, because I don't like lying. Like, I'm not going to lie. So if I would have just went and just like push through the not feeling like going. But I created this way out. Now, like, stay with me, because here's the deal. I had a legitimate reason. Like, literally, I could have stopped at like, well, I don't have a car. But like, imagine this. Imagine if on the other side of that appointment was lunch with Beyonce, or like lunch with Oprah, or with like a business mentor who usually costs 30 grand just to sit down for an hour with them, but I was having a free opportunity to go to have lunch with them. You better believe I'm asking my neighbors to borrow their car. I'm renting a car. Like, I guarantee you I would have went straight to Enterprise and be like, car rental. I need a car. I'm going to San Diego. I have lunch with Beyonce. I'm going to do this. I have $100,000 or $30,000 opportunity for an hour to sit down with this mentor for free. I'm going. Or, Jason, you're going to have to miss work today. I'm sorry. You're going to have to miss work today. I'm sorry. I'm having lunch with Beyonce. And I guarantee you, Jason would have missed lunch for that. Miss work for that. He would have called in and been like, I'm not going. My wife's got to go. So do you see how I created that? Like, when you want something, you will find a way to get it. The human spirit will find a way to create. Sorry, I'm getting a phone call. The human spirit will find a way to create what it wants. It just will. So my challenge to you guys, today's topic was how to get out of your own way and create the life you want. Is how bad do you actually want that life? I heard this in a training recently. Not a training, but it was on Instagram somewhere, like an IGTV, and he said something like, no, I don't know. It wasn't IGTV. It was a person. I was in person with them. But what this guy said, he said, many people want it, but who are willing to do what it takes to have it? And what just came in my mind was like, was the Bible verse, many are called, but few are chosen. And I used to always not understand that, because I'm like, well, why would God call people but only choose a few? But I got it, like, we choose ourselves. Only few are chosen, because only few actually rise to the occasion. Only few actually show up and stick through the crap and the hardship and the fear and the rejection and the days in and days out of creating that life. There's everything worth having comes with sacrifice. It comes with a rites of passage of a stretch of faith, of I have no idea how this is going to work out, but I believe it is, so I'm going to take a step anyways. So I believe that the answer to creating your life that you desire, aside from all the things, I'm always teaching this, so there's lots of ways that I believe this, but today what I really wanted to focus on was your responsibility. It's taking responsibility. It's asking yourself, okay, how am I creating this block? So like, reverse engineer your things. Like, if you're fearful, then asking yourself, how can I push through this fear? One second, guys. Sorry, guys. But what I want you to really stop. I want you to stop and reverse and engineer your blocks. So I want you to journal this today. I want you to ask yourself, what is your dream life? And little plug right now, I don't know if I'm doing this because I might be in Antigua. I'm supposed to be in Antigua, but I haven't booked it yet. July 13th, if I'm not there, I'm going to be doing another vision board brunch, but we're going to do a business panel. I'm going to have my content team teaching some stuff. We're going to be making our vision boards. We're going to be like re-engaging our vision boards if you already have one. And just brunching, like hanging out, connecting, networking. And so save the date tentatively for July 13th. And the reason why I bring that up is because this is the formula to success. I believe it's being authentic with what do you want, what's in your gut, what's in your heart, what is your vision, creating those visions. What do I want? What do I envision for my life? If I couldn't fail, if I had all the money and time in the world, what would I be doing? That's where life starts. It's getting real about what those things are. Then the fear sets in, and the reality of finances and time and all these things, knowing where to start, sets in. Okay, great. How do I get to remove these blocks? How did I create these blocks? So if it's a money thing, that was probably created by your childhood. It's probably scarcity. It's probably money blocks. It's probably coming from your subconscious as a kid growing up, not having it, or being fearful of what it looked like. Like, some people had money and then they're fearful of money because they see what money did to people around them and they think that that's what money does. Money is neutral. Money is a flow. Money is an energy. Money has nothing to do with good, bad. Like, it just doesn't. It's our mindset. It's our perception. So if money is the conversation, how did you create that? Where are your blocks? Where do you get to work on that? If time is your thing, where are you not getting intimate with things? Because there's people who have way more on their plate than you and they're doing a lot more. So time is never an issue because everyone has the same amount of time, and there's people doing phenomenal things in the world. So where do you get to be more intimate? Where do you get to stop avoiding the things that you need to be doing and start actually avoiding the things that are distractions for you? If it's a resource thing, I don't know where to start. I don't know how to get started on getting these dreams into action. Who do you get to ask for help? Doing life alone doesn't work. Isolation doesn't work. Like, competition doesn't work. If you're like, ooh, I have to hoard my ideas, I can't tell anybody because someone might steal this, then you're not going to get anywhere in life. Everything in life is from copying. How many screenshots do you have in your phone from, ooh, I like that. I want to reinvent that. I want to do that. I want to be like that. Everything is a reinvention, your version of something you saw. So stop being in competition mode and not wanting to ask for help, or in superwoman mode. I'm going to do it all by myself. Life does not happen in isolation. It happens with help. It happens with community. Reverse engineer the block and ask yourself, how did I create this block and how do I get to reinvent myself to get out of it? And I will say it now and I'll say it forever. There's a rites of passage to getting what you want. There's a sacrifice to success. There's always a test. You say you want it. You say you want to play full out. You say you want to chase after your dreams. Life is going to test you. Stuff is going to fall apart. I have a good friend right now who I'm like, you're doing this program that I want you to do. It's the leadership program that I just did. And she's like, I don't want to invest the money in it. I have so many other bills I'm paying, blah, blah, blah. And then she gets right to the point where she's about to do it. And then guess what? Almost to the exact dollar, her dog gets sick, and she owes money for the dog to like pay for the dog, and it's almost the exact amount that would have been her payment for the leadership. And I said, yeah, great. So now you get to figure out how to do both, because that's your test. That's how they work. It's like, don't let the test take you out. Don't let the test make you be like, oh, well, my dog got sick, so it's not my time. This might not, God's telling me it's not the time. No, actually, God already said it was your time when he woke you up and birthed you, that it's your time to be alive. So if you woke up this morning and you got up and you raised out of the bed, then it's your time to show up and chase after what God sent you to do. We live this life as if we have the next 5 years, the next 10 years to start working on what he created us to be working on at every moment of our life. So you get to step into that, and you get to realize that whatever those blocks are, those are your tests. Those are the things that are never going to go away. You have to push through them. And like my mentor says, he says, pay now or pay later with interest and penalty. That is mind-blowing to me. That is so true. I can't even explain it, that you're going to pay a price to get the life you want. Just know that. Like, you cannot escape it. There's no easy way around getting the life worth living. So you go through it now, or you resist it, and the mountain will grow. The fear will grow. The lack of money will grow. The lack of knowing what to do will grow, because you will continue to not trust yourself, and it'll just get higher and higher. So whatever your block is, stop resisting it. Embrace it, recognize it, take full responsibility for it, and then say, how do I get to reinvent myself to get over this and get through it? So, okay, I'm going to read this really quick, and then that's all I had prepared for you guys. I just posted that. That's real. Many are called, the only few are chosen. Chosen. Yes. And it only clicked to me, like, I feel, I went to at church, our pastor's leadership program. I went to their graduation the other night because I'm going to do their leadership program. And he said, like, many are called, but few are chosen. And I was like, oh, that means few choose to rise to the occasion. God calls all of us. He birthed all of us for this assignment. Only few of us are actually pushing through the fear and actually showing up. So, hi, Kristen. It's so good to see you. I also want to be great perspective. We chose ourselves. Yes. All right, guys. Thank you for being here today. Every Wednesday at 1:30, Girl Talk, just a new, whatever the subject is. And if you have subject suggestions, feel free to DM them or email me, or however you communicate. But I appreciate you guys being here. I hope this blessed you today. And go freaking create the life of your dreams, because the life of your dreams is where you will become the person that God called you to be. It's where you will be required to step into your God-given power when you chase after those dreams. It's when you hide and deny those dreams that you're really denying the gifts that God gave you. He requires you to stretch into your gifts and your talents. So many people are thinking, like, I want to find my purpose. I don't know what my purpose is. Your purpose is to wake up and show up, period. It's to be authentically 100% you. And when you're doing that, when you're not limiting your voice because of fear of what people are going to think, when you're not going after something because of what society is expecting versus what God put on your heart, when you're not living authentic to those things that God put on your heart and your soul, you're robbing yourself of your purpose. Your purpose is to be you and 100% you. So go be that. Continue to stay plugged in, so that you can be inspired to continue to be that. The more you surround yourself with people pushing through fear and being that, the more, like, I'm wearing the same thing I wore yesterday. And I thought of, like, this is a minor thing. This is like, who cares? But there's people in the world, I can name a few that literally don't live their best life because they're worried about, oh my God, what if someone sees that I'm wearing the same thing I wore yesterday? Oh my God, what if someone knows that my hair is not brushed underneath this hat? But you continue to show up. Do you know how fulfilled I am right now that I'm doing this versus if I wasn't doing it because I didn't have time to go get dressed today? It's that simple. Magnify that, and you're probably falling somewhere on that spectrum of not doing something because you're worried about what someone else is going to think. But if you were to just do what you really want to do, that's going to fulfill you way more than you're going to realize, like, who cares? I look cute today just like I did yesterday. Like, so what? And actually, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, change your perspective. Stop worrying about what people think, because the only one that matters is God. So wake up, show up. I will see you guys next Wednesday. So good seeing you, Kristen. And thank you guys for chiming in on the chats. And I will see you guys next week.